stop playing victim card. Yoruba Igbo people are not killing and raping in the north, AFENIFERE tells Mieti Allah. Yoruba social political group AFENIFERE has replied Mieti Allah, Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, over comments that the Fulani ethnic nationality has suffered greater hate and blanket condemnation from most of the other tribes in Nigeria. Chairman of MACBAN in the southeast, Alaji Gidado Siddiqui, has said Fulani cattle herders were highly misunderstood and poorly treated. Right? This, he said, while reacting to the ban on open grazing by southern governors. According to him, the rising state of insecurity in Nigeria has increasingly fanned the embers of suspicion amongst the different ethnic nationalities in the country. However, AFENIFERE said MACBAN was only playing a victim and had always been using tactics whenever killer headsmen were asked to leave the southwest. Speaking with Sahara reporters on Friday, elder statesman and acting leader of AFENIFERE, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, said the southwest governors have only made a decision to ensure the safety of their people and not to punish any ethnic group. He said Yoruba people had not asked Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, or other well-meaning northerners to leave the southwest. Well, they're not blatantly killing and raping people out there. I don't understand. Adebanjo also noted that MACBAN was only trying to change the narrative. Their style is to change the narrative. Are Yorubas and Igbos the ones that are raping and kidnapping? Are they the ones who take farmland from farmers in the south or middle belt, killing them and sending them away and taking their land? Are Yorubas and Igbos the ones who went to Agutu Makodi to kill the people there? Are Yorubas and Igbos the ones involved in the massacre at the Southern Kaduna in 2018 on Christmas Eve? Each time MACBAN talks, there's no mention of those that have been victims of killer herders. They don't talk about the people who have been killed in the south or those who have been kidnapped. They don't talk of the money they have collected from innocent people before they release them. They don't talk of the molestation. They went to Makodi and told Autumn that they are the owners of his land and they are coming back again. The governor of Benue State went to the president at the time and told them, I know those who are killing my people. What did Buhari say? Well, this conversation is so tiring. I'm like, it's so tiring. Like, it's like, come on, such a waste of time, waste of breath, waste of resources. And I think this just highlights the problem of Nigeria. I mean, again, we understand that there will always be conflicting views. However, if we have to go into deep conversations and start pulling receipts and start pulling, professor type essays, just to I don't know. It's so tiring and it's so boring. It's like, okay, is there anything else? And it's shameful. And I think one thing we should learn is that the people that we put in power to make decisions on our behalf, we need to be very careful. And if they don't do what we want them to do, we need to hold them accountable and be like, fam, if you do not keep up to your duties, then we will remove you. And that's the thing. I think the obviously we don't want a state of anarchy, but I think the process of trying to remove people who are not doing their job in government, I think it should be easier and lenient in a way where, of course, with sufficient evidence, we can prove justly and fairly, which is, if it is clear to see that this person does not deserve to be in office. That's it. Because I'm so sorry, but why are we still having this conversation? Why? It is so obvious and there's no point. Everyone starts getting emotional. Everyone starts getting heated. For what reason? Who's asking? No one asked. Why? No one asked. Well, let's look at the comment section. Someone says the northern criminals will never stop pretending. There's nothing they can do now. Their game is up. But the fact is, like, it should never be as hard as this. It should never be as hard as this. You do something bad, you get thrown in jail. You kill, you get thrown in jail. There have to be consequences for your actions. That's how it is. That is how it is. And I think that what has gone wrong is that the government has, perfectly convinced us that we are the problem. Don't get me wrong. In aspect of our culture, as we are the society, we should take accountability for some toxic, some toxic mentalities that we do push and all that. Yes, absolutely. But when it comes to governance and the law, in which a lot of casual or a lot of eventualities could have been prevented. The fact is just that the government is absolutely poor, and that's just what it is. And so conversations like this are so boring, they are so dead, it's so unimportant. It's just like, why are we having conversations like this? Why? You know, I mean, I think it's obvious to see, and I think that this sort of this anger that we direct towards the tribe or the MACBAN, like I think the question is how what has happened? How did we get to a place where we now MACBAN is now bigger, like they now have a bigger platform, a bigger, brand. Like, how did we get here that we now refer to MACBAN? They are literally like what, trade union for cattle herders. They're not part of the government. So if anything, if we should be complaining and making all these essays, it should be towards the government. If it's to sign petitions, then we should do that. If it's to protest, then we should do that. But again, it's just like, really, we're referring to MACBAN as if they have, because it's like MACBAN, they infer a lot of situations that mainly do not concern them, and of course when it actually concerns them, they do tend to be very inconsistent, because what they have to be consistent in is defending their own people, which that's their prerogative. However, it's like it shouldn't be, because they should understand that the law is bigger than them. But it seems like as if MACBAN holds more weight than the law of the country, because it just seems like, why are we referring to MACBAN? We should be referring to the people in government that should make changes, but then we don't. So again, I think that we've been in the constant cycle of blaming each other for our problems, in which we can say that the government has added to by convincing us that we are the problem. However, all this is just doesn't make sense to me. It's just so boring. It's really, really, really at a nation, like at our big age of what, 60, we're having come on now, we need to stop referring to MACBAN, and we need to refer to the government and add pressure on them. They need to feel the pressure. We have to be intentional. If it is that NSAS protest, the way that pressure was, if we're going to have it for like the next 6 months straight, we should be intentional about it. We need to see these people shake and take accountability. That's it. This conversation is absolutely boring. Why are we still talking about it? We should not be talking about, we should be pressuring the government, not just having conversations with groups that have, to be fair, no power, no meaning, and will not even do anything with the influence that they have to change the situation. They have influence, yes, but they're not using it rightly. And again, it's MACBAN. Can we trust the organization? I mean, it's so boring. It's so like it's unproductive, and the talking, the energy is all misplaced. It should be directed and targeted towards the Nigerian government. It's as simple as it is. There's no point going back and forth. It's not needed. So yeah, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.